Okay, let's start. Welcome to everybody, and thank you for being here with us today. Let me introduce myself. My name is Pietro Grottoli, and I'm the head of the LAUMAS sales department. And today I'm going to be the moderator for this event. And it's time to give the stage to my colleague Cristiano Campanini, who is going to be the speaker during this meeting. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon or good morning, depending where you are from, and welcome to this new LAUMAS webinar. My name is Cristiano Campanini. I'm also part of the sales department of LAUMAS, and today I'm going to introduce you our company. We will share with you some data and general information about our activity and business. We will also have a short presentation of our products. Obviously, today is not a product presentation. We won't have time to focus too much on products themselves. So for these specific, information more detailed about specific products or range of products, you can check our old webinars that we recorded during this year, or maybe you can check the new webinars that we will have in the future. Obviously, you can also contact our sales department using the email sales@laumas.it. So, let's start with the representation and with some key dates of our history. The first date is obviously 1984. It is the year of the foundation of the company by Luciano Consonni, who started his business in a small workshop in Parma, which is our city, and founded LAUMAS by combining the two names of his children, Laura and Massimo, and who are nowadays the owners of the company together with him. In 2002, after some relocations, LAUMAS moved to its new headquarters, where we still are today, in Montechiarugolo, which is a small village just out of Parma. The covered area was at the time about 2,000 square meters, with an additional external warehouse of about 1,000 square meters. A few years later, in 2007, LAUMAS invested in the creation of a new research and development department and a new laboratory. These improvements allowed the company to completely renew its range of products in a few years, putting on the market new lines of innovative and completely made in Italy indicators and transmitters. Finally, the last date that we can read in this slide is 2 years ago, 2018. LAUMAS expanded the headquarters by opening new offices, new spaces such as the webinar room where we are now, other meeting rooms, a completely new meteorological laboratory, and also a second internal warehouse of about 1,000 square meters. So the works for the new headquarters started in August 2017 and finished in October of the following year with a great inauguration with customers, partners, our families, and so on. Now the cover area is about 4,000 square meters, of which half for warehouse, which hosts more than 2,000 different codes of products, finished and semi-finished products, and also with the new photovoltaic installation that produces 145 kilowatts of green energy that is installed on the top of the roof. Talking about the meteorologic laboratory, LAUMAS will be soon able to offer a calibration service for load cells and issue a certificate according to Directive UNI EN 17025, as standards ISO 376 and ASTM E74, or to issue a calibration report ISO 1901. Our meteorological laboratory is also completing the accreditation process by Accredia. One of our distinctive strong points has always been being able to dispatch orders of standard products in a very short time. We say maximum 5 working days, and face also possible peaks in sales of specific codes. And this is thanks to the volume of our warehouse, which is above 4 million euros and includes more than 600,000 units, always ready at stock. And so, as we mentioned the sales, in order to provide some data about sales, this slide shows you how sales of load cells and electronic instruments, that are the 2 main families of our products, increased in since 2013. During these last 7 years, load cells production increased about 40% and electronics production almost doubled. This means that in 2019, last year, LAUMAS sold almost 45,000 load cells and about 34,000 units of electronics, considering transmitters and indicators. The other main difference between our past and our present is also that even if during the first 20 years of activity LAUMAS mainly addressed to domestic sales, now LAUMAS has been focusing more and more on international trading. So as the result, the export process is in constant expansion worldwide, and sales to foreign markets are growing steadily. As you can see from these numbers, export have increased from 18% to 36% from 2011 to last year, and they are still increasing this year also. Moreover, also sales within the Italian market is in continuous growth. So nowadays the average domestic sales are about 64%, but we need also to be careful because this data contains many equipment, many instruments that are sold in a second moment abroad. So not all the instruments, the units that we sell in Italy remains in Italy. A lot of them goes abroad in a second moment, and so the total amount of real exports is actually much higher than what we can see in this slide. So we believe that this steady growth has been made possible thanks to some strong points, some points that we believe to be our strengths. Firstly, the constant research and development based on continuous updating and innovation of our already existing products and new products. An excellent quality price ratio, thanks to 100% units being tested before shipment and calibration service also available. But also, naturally, pre- and post-sales support and technical assistance and reparation service that we supply to our customers. And finally, a wide range of items, as we have already mentioned, ready in stock to be shipped. To better represent the company brand, the slogan "Innovation in Weighing," which you may have seen by visiting us or on the occasional exhibitions or watching our videos, was created to emphasize the product innovation aspect by LAUMAS. As previously mentioned, in 2007, our R&D department became fully operative and equipped with a laboratory allowing to test electronic and mechanical components to ensure innovation and quality of the products. These tests include electromagnetic compatibility, electrical safety, immunity tests, emission tests. And they are all very important for us. All of these tests can ensure our products are not subject to external interferences or do not generate interferences on their own, but also to ensure the safety of the workers using our equipment. The other important laboratory that we also mentioned already is the metrological one. What we haven't said it's that we have testing machines allowing us to test up to 10 tons with climatic chamber and up to 50 tons in other cases. In case of tests for higher capacities, we rely on external laboratories. We can therefore offer a complete service to our customers, which reflects into several categories of products, such as weight indicators, weight transmitters, load cells and mounting kits, scales, weight modules, crane scales, and obviously customized products that are also very important. Now, let's see one by one these categories. As I said at the beginning, it will be a quick view of each category. So let's start with the indicators. Our indicators are grouped in a series called W, and they are suitable for any industrial process that requires simple or complex weighing systems such as weight monitoring, dosing systems, batching systems, single or multi-component, filling, unloading systems, and so on. So you can see some examples of kind of installations where our indicators can be used in, and also the different mounting solutions and other characteristics. Among the different models, the W100 and the W Lite are the easiest and simplest ones, which can be mounted in front panel or also other ways, especially for W Lite, and have different outputs and also serial ports. They can be provided with different certifications and approvals, such as OIML for the European market, UL recognized components for the US and Canada, EAC certification of conformity for the Eurasian Customs Union, NTP for commercial weighing and measuring in the US, PAC for legal for trade instruments within Russia, and NMI trade approved for Australia and New Zealand. These last two approvals, the PAC and NMI in this case, are available only for a W100. The several models and versions of LAUMAS W indicators can easily adapt to an application, environment or needs, as we have seen. Specific versions of displays with LCD or LED, and again basic or graphic displays, weigh bridges versions, batching programs, plastic or stainless steel enclosures, several mountings ways, and a wide range of field buses are available. all of these features make, we think that all of these features make our indicators extremely competitive and interesting. As already the W100 and Lite, also the other members of the W family can be provided with different certifications and approvals. Again, OIML, UL, NTP, NMI, EAC, PAC, and they can also come, depending on the version, with ATEX, ICX, and EACEX certifications that are the worldwide certifications for installation in hazardous areas. Let's now talk about the second category of products, which are the weight transmitters, that their function is to connect and transfer the signal from a load cell to the electronic instrument that can be a PC, a PLC indicator. So all of our transmitters have a display for reading, a keypad for easy calibration, and most of them can come with almost all field buses existing on the market to communicate with PCs and mostly with PLCs. Our transmitters can be single channel or multi-channel. The second group refers to several additional functions that I'm going to describe later. Last but not least, the LCB is not properly a transmitter, but a signal digitizer, and we will also analyze it later. So our best seller among the single channel transmitters is the TLB. The TLB is proper for omega-DIN rail mounting. It can come with 12 different field buses that you can see on the right side of this slide, and several approvals and certifications such as OIML, NTP, EAC, and UL. Thanks to the display, keypad for calibration, and a very user-friendly software, it's a very versatile instrument which has been sold more than any other LAUMAS electronic during these years. The other TL series of single-channel weight transmitters can come with a polycarbonate protection box, IP67 protection degree, for installation on field, which can be very useful in some applications, but also omega-DIN rail mounting. Once again, the display and the keypad or the encoder in the case of TLE make calibration method very easy. The three can come with ATEX approval, EAC standards, or UL recognized component. TLS is the most popular among these three transmitters. It has an analog and relay outputs, and also serial port RS485. The TLE is the cost-effective one with analog output and RS485 port, and the TLU is actually a load limiting device, having also analog and relay output, and also RS485 plus RS232 serial ports. As we previously said, the LCB can be assimilated to transmitters despite being actually a digitizer. It has its own specific features that make it different from the proper transmitters. For example, the availability of several field buses, but more than the other transmitters, including, for example, the IO link, and the possibility to install it integral to the load cell's body, directly connected to the body of the load cell, making it ideal for IoT and Industry 4.0 applications. Also, It has a stainless steel AZ316 enclosure that guarantees an IP67 protection degree and makes possible to install the LCB everywhere anywhere the load cell is also installed, where the load cell is working. The LCB is clearly designed, conceived to work with a single load cell, but it's not limited to. The status-led communication interface allows also to obtain immediately info about the state of communication. And very important, LCB comes with its own software, the LCB Manager, allowing remote configuration and managing data backup and restore, and obviously firmware updating. In our YouTube channel, it's possible to watch a dedicated video explaining in details LCB's features and also technical tutorial about how to connect, how to wire the LCB to a load cell. This one is one of our products that makes our range and our offer so different from our competitors' ones, and also the only instruments in our in LAUMAS family available today with IO-Link protocol. The other group of transmitters is composed by the multi-channel ones. The first two that we are that we can see now are TLB4 and TLM8. They also can come with most of the field buses existing in the market, but have distinctive characteristics, making them different from TLB and other transmitters that we have seen before. Firstly, each channel or load cell input is converted separately by the other ones. So it is possible to know how load is distributed on each channel or load cell in percentage or millivolt value. If there is a problem on a load cell, it is disconnected or damaged, so not working properly, you will immediately know what's the channel, and this is called the diagnostic function. Also, you can carry out the digital equalization, making equalization much easier and faster than the traditional one. The main difference between the two, between TLB4 and TLM8, is that TLB4, as the name says, can work with maximum 4 channels. It's conceived to be installed on rail mounting or panel mounting, and is NMI trade approved, while TLM8 can work with maximum 8 channels, and it's ideal for rail mounting also, but it can also come with IP67 protection box, so making it proper for installation on field. The third member of the multi-channel transmitters is the CLM8, which is also called Intelligent Junction Box. It is approved for OIML, EAC, UL, and it will transfer the multi-channel functions that we have already seen to an indicator of the W series, except for the graphic ones. It manages up to 8 channels, has only Ethernet TCP/IP as optional field bus, as typically it's connected to an indicator or it's connected to an indicator or a PC more than to a PLC, and you can order with several types of protection boxes or also as a pure board, naked board. Its main application are way bridges, but not limited to. For example, the optional inclinometer function provided by an external sensor makes it ideal also for onboard weighing. This application is also valid for legal fault trade systems and corrects possible variations of the signal due to inclination up to plus or minus 10 degrees. Notably, the inclinometer is now available also for the other multi-channel transmitters. Finally, LAUMAS has a wide range of load cells that can satisfy any kind of application in weighing and force measurement. Depending on the model and capacity, load cells can come with OIML class from C2 to C5, NTP certification, PAC standard, and all the approvals for installation in hazardous zones, so ATEX, IACX, EAC, AX. The first group of load cells are the single point or off-center, whose capacity is usually low and conceived to work in single load cell systems. Each model and capacity can correctly work if the weight is applied within a platform area that is specified in its datasheet. It means that, for example, if you have a single point load cell that bears a plate that is indicated in the datasheet 400 and 400 millimeters, we can use it for a platform having smaller or equal dimensions, but not larger. Applications other than platforms are also roller conveyors, small tanks and hoppers, filling, bagging and packaging machines, and dynamic weighing. The second group of load cells is made by the bending beam and shear beam ones. Their capacity range is low-medium, and they are used in groups of 3, 4 or more to weigh silos, hoppers, mixers, roller conveyors, big bag loaders or dischargers. They can be matched with 3 different kinds of mounting kits, which generally compensate plates misalignment and secure against tilt or hertz. Each one of these 3 groups has its own characteristics, as you can read in the slide or in the datasheet. Compression load cells make the third group, having capacity usually medium-high and ideal for tanks, hoppers, mixers, silos, roller conveyors, big bag loaders and dischargers. They can also come with 3 different types of mounting kits, of which 2 are very similar to the ones that we have we have already seen, and the VU family is peculiar to this group of load cells, and it's very useful because it allows to be installed without the load cell, and so also to replace the load cell without lifting the entire structure. Also, this family is available with several bases in case you want to realize your own mounting kit. Some load cells have other direction than compression, so we can in fact have load cells which can work in both compression and tension, others only in tension. Their capacity is medium-high and are used in testing machines, force measurements and machine presses if we are talking about the 2 directions, tension and compression. If we talk about the tension ones, the most common uses are load limiting systems, crane scales, conveyor belts, hoppers, mixers, big bag loaders and dischargers, testing machines, and also very important to revamp old mechanical scales. Still talking about compression load cells, there is a small subfamily called column compression, whose common use is in weighbridges and medium-sized silos. We also have double shear beam load cells, which are used in the same applications, but also in onboard weighing. Then pin load cells used in load limiting systems and cranes, and wire rope measuring naturally for load limiting systems. Thanks to the fact that most of our production is in Italy, we can customize already existing models and design new load cells depending on specific application and customers' requirements. This is a very niche market, and we are very proud of it because we are one of the few companies in the world that are able to provide such service to their partners, even for small quantities, even for 1 unit if possible sometimes. In the slide you can read all the different data that can be customized about a load cell. So in practice, all kinds of data that make a load cell specific. The range of products and services offered by LAUMAS is not limited to electronics and load cells, but also includes many other finished products, such as weighing and approved platforms, industrial scales, pallet weighing, weighing bars, counting scales, retail scales, mini scales, pocket mini scales, crane scales, and pallet truck scales. We suggest you to take a look at our latest Idea Scales catalog, which is now available in our website. Moreover, over the years, LAUMAS has obtained several systems and product certifications that are in constant evolution and increase. We have already seen some of them, or almost all of them, but let's recap. We can say that our products are now approved in accordance with the parameters laid down by the most prominent national and international bodies. We are an ISO 9001 and 14001 certified company. We received the EC type approval for NAWI and MID NAWI, and also, as already mentioned, UL recognized component certification and NMI for Australia and New Zealand. Finally, our products can come with approvals for IEC, ATEX, EAC, AX for installation in potentially exclusive areas, EAC, PAC, NTP, OIML are 76, 60, 61 and 51. The active and dynamic presence of LAUMAS in the industrial weighing market is constituted by partnerships with local and international organizations and consortia. For example, international protocols, associations and groups, as you can see in this slide. And another example, the National Conference on Weights and Measures for the US. LAUMAS manufactures high-tech weighing components, which can find application in all main industrial sectors, from naturally automation to construction, from livestock to chemical and pharmaceutical, and so on. This makes very easy actually to find nowadays, after so many years of activity, LAUMAS instruments installed worldwide. To get more information also in the future, we suggest you to keep visiting our website, laumas.com, where you can access your customer area to download documents, among which certifications, manuals, watch tutorials and training videos. In our website, you'll also find the webinar archive and the updated webinar calendar with the upcoming events. Keep talking of social media. We suggest you to follow us on main social networks, where we periodically update our profiles with news and events. Among all, don't miss our LinkedIn group, Weighing Systems 4.0, the largest online community on weighing systems and applications, with technicians and experts from all over the world. Thanks to their reliability and functionality, LAUMAS products are used in the construction of numerous industrial weighing and batching systems for prestigious brands operating in different sectors of the market and also all over the world. So here you can see some of the most known names such as Coca-Cola, Bosch, Henkel and others. LAUMAS has also a worldwide presence in over 100 countries through a network of dealers and partners specialized in providing assistance and installation in different sectors such as automation, integration, scales, and so on. In this way, we can cover the entire market, both geographically and technically speaking. LAUMAS is also now directly present and operational in the United States and Canada, with a large stock supplied weekly of products ready for delivery in North America, load cells, mounting kits, weight indicators, weight transmitters. We can also offer this way USA-based technical support, both before and after sales. And so we believe that this will help us to provide the best service to an even larger audience of customers and potential customers. LAUMAS is also involved in sports. Since 2011, LAUMAS has been the main sponsor of wheelchair basketball team Polisportiva Gioco Parma, which plays in the Italian Serie B league. Since 2017, LAUMAS has been a sponsor of the Zebre Rugby Club, which plays in the Guinness Pro 14 Championship, an international competition involving other teams, Welsh, Irish, Scottish, South African and Italian teams. LAUMAS expresses its corporate social responsibility also by working with non-profit organizations and charities in support of community actions and charity projects. In particular, LAUMAS has been collaborating for years with the God Our Father Center for Needy Children Orphanage in Timboni in Kenya. Okay, so this is the end of our presentation. It's finally your time for questions and doubts. Also, since today's presentation is a general introduction to our company, if you have specific technical questions or about applications, we suggest you to consult, to watch the other webinars available in the section of our website, or to contact our sales department.
Okay, good. So now we have the first question that came before during the presentation. So the question is, what indicator model would be considered acceptable for mobile applications such as agricultural scale systems? Well, let's say that we should discuss more in the specific the application to select the most suitable indicator. What I can say about mobile application is that the 95% of our electronics can be power supplied with 12 or 24 volts. It means that you can bring the power supply to the indicator using an external battery. And so it means that almost all of them could be suitable for mobile application. We should go more in the specific to understand which is the right model for you, depending on what you really have to do on site. Let me check. It seems we have no more questions, and I think it is normal because when you do just a general presentation, not many questions could arise. Or, well, this is what I think. So, thank you again for being here with us today. and I hope to see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you, and see you next time.